All across North America are reports of the creature known as the Dogman, a strange wolf-like creature that seems to possess supernatural strength and terrifying abilities. Some have often compared the creature to a more dog-like sasquatch, where others believe it to be more of a werewolf beast, and at the centre of skinwalker legends. So today we'll be taking a look at 5 mysterious Dogman encounters. Dogman Reports from California. One of the strangest reported encounters of the Dogman comes from Sacramento, California. According to the reporter, the story circles around that of a woman who claims to have encountered the Dogman creature near the city of Sacramento back in 1953. The sighting is believed to have taken place roughly 1,000 feet west of the American River, a short 2,000 feet east of the state of the capital, in a small house owned by a family in the region. According to the woman, she had this sighting when she was roughly 12 years old. This was when she was watching television and laying down on the couch. As she was laying there, she claimed to have noticed a large mass moving near the window, as if someone was staring into the home. She quickly got up and went to the window to see a large face of a dog that seemed to be staring into the room through the low-pane window. She claimed that the head of the dog looked very large, much larger than that of any coyote or normal dog of any kind, and it had a long straight snout too dark to see what colour it could have been, but it was believed to have been dark grey with glowing red eyes. She ran from the window and then noticed the creature began to stand up on its hind legs. It stood more than 5 feet above the ground. She screamed for her parents to come, which scared the Dogman away before anything else could occur. They quickly went outside and claimed that nothing was nearby, and that the window was far too tall for a dog to be standing up and looking in. Unfortunately, nothing more can be gathered from the report, as the woman was unsure the exact time of day the event had occurred. Dogman Report from New York. One of the stranger reports surrounding the Dogman comes from New York. This happened near Broome County. According to the report, a woman had arrived home a few minutes after dusk in a rural location, while her 2 young children aged 2 and 11 were sitting in the back seat of the car as they pulled into the driveway. The woman reported that as soon as she stepped out of the vehicle, she had a sixth sense that something was watching her, but strangely there was no noise of anything nearby. This led her to quickly grab the kids and start rushing them into the house. As she approached the front door, she claimed to hear a loud low growl that was described as being deep-toned and hateful in character, similar to that of a large angry dog but much deeper. Before anything else could happen, the woman got herself and her 2 kids in the house and closed and locked the door quickly behind her. It wasn't long before she called the husband to come home quick because there was a large animal outside. When the husband came home, it was discovered by the family that the cat had gone missing, and so the husband went looking around nearby to see if perhaps there was bears or large wild dogs in the region. After a moment of searching, the husband also began to notice a strange silence, only to spot a strange large humanoid animal running through the forest nearby the house. This led him to pulling out his sidearm in fear that it could have been a large beast, but realised there was no such creature that could run at such speeds on hind legs. This led the couple to reporting the encounter as a Dogman encounter, as any other explanation was impossible to explain. Their cat was never found. Dogman Report from Nevada. Another report comes from that of Mineral Country located in the state of Nevada, with the sighting reported as being located nearby that of a town called Hawthorne. The report comes from an encounter of a sighting of a 14-year-old that was coming back home from Reno. The grandfather was driving their mother and grandmother in the car with them. After arriving at a site located near Walker Lake, referred to as the Cliffs, they soon came across a large animal dragging roadkill in its mouth. The grandfather slowed down to show the 14-year-old what he presumed to be a mountain lion, and thought it would have been an interesting sight. As they got closer, the grandfather then turned on the brights of the car that lit up the creature. However, it was described as being that of a large bodybuilder, 7 feet tall, pure muscle definition, completely hairy and walking on its hind legs. As the lights turned on, the creature leapt out of the way as the grandfather pressed on the gas. As they were some miles away, The report details that the grandfather continued looking through the rearview mirrors in fear the creature could be following them. Unfortunately, the other two passengers had fallen asleep in this time and could not back up the story. Interestingly enough, the sighting was believed to have occurred sometime during 11:30 PM, long after the sun had set. This has led many to believe the creature doesn't begin hunting or searching for food until the sun has set, believing that perhaps the creature is entirely nocturnal in nature. Another theory believes the creature has a tendency to target children, will only be seen when children are around, following old myths and legends of such dogmen snatching children in the night. Dogman Report from Texas. Another encounter with that of the Dogman comes from a personal story recorded in recent years. This circles around their encounter that occurred in the county of El Paso located in Texas. This happened more than 50 years ago. Back in 1968, an 11-year-old and his group of friends went out during the summer to play baseball. This was at a nearby baseball field roughly 5 blocks away from Richmond Avenue in El Paso. As they were playing and it got late in the day, someone hit the baseball at a skewed angle and it shot off into the woods located near the baseball field. At this point the sun had already set and it was well past dark. They were scared of leaving the baseball field in the event there were people outside waiting to do anything strange. The group of boys walked close to the fence and looked in the direction of the baseball, only to notice a strange man standing outside the fence with his back turned towards the boys. As the boys called to him and asked the man to help him find the ball, he continued to ignore them and refused to turn around. Worried that the man was some kind of freak, one of the boys grabbed a nearby rock and threw it towards the direction of the man, to get him to leave or to turn around. After the rock fell silently to the side, the man dropped on all fours and seemingly transformed into a large wolf. This led to the boys shouting werewolf and running off into the opposite direction of the creature. Without stopping, they all ran all the way home and immediately locked the doors. They decided to sleep at one of the friends' house instead of walking miles back to their own houses. Dogman Reports from Nebraska. The last report here of the Dogman comes from the state of Nebraska, and located in that of Dodge County, an area plagued with numerous different monster sightings in the past. According to the report, the event took place located near a lake at a packed campground back in 2014. As the witness was stargazing, they claimed to have noticed a strange movement in their peripheral vision. This led them to look over towards the lake and noticing a large log floating in the water. In the moonlight, the witness claimed he could see a coal black dog's head and a human torso with a lighter grey shade laying on the floating log. He then noticed the humanoid dog on the log moving its head as if looking over towards the bush and trying to get the attention of another creature. This led to the witness believing there was a much larger humanoid wolf nearby, and so quickly started running back to his main campsite at a speed he'd never ran before. Originally, he believed that he'd witnessed a demon, or some kind of variation of a demonic creature due to its strange silence and a sudden appearance, but now reports think it could have been some kind of werewolf or dogman creature. This could very well mean that a lot of the strange monster sightings in this county could actually be that of the Dogman creature. Additionally, there are still a number of other Dogman reports out there, but to this day many of them remain unexplained. But what do you think of these strange and almost supernatural encounters with the monster known as the Dogman? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.